We're joined now by former federal prosecutor Joyce Vance. A lot going on, but this is a big story. Thanks for being here.
Good to be with you.
When you look at the specific developments, starting with Cohen going back in, I don't think you have to be a lawyer to ask why so many meetings. If he cooperated and provided information, what, if anything, do you read in them having him back?
So first, Ari, I just have to say that my former prosecutor DNA makes me a little bit cringy to see witnesses who look like they are witnesses who are cooperating with prosecutors going back out in public and talking about it. And that seems so very unusual to me that I wonder if the prosecutors in this case perhaps don't welcome a little bit of ratcheting up the pressure in public. It's very unusual to see this happen. But to your point, a witness who comes in to talk with you 8 times, that's a witness who has a lot to offer. And although it seems unlikely that Michael Cohen will ever take the witness stand himself because of his prior criminal history and some of his conduct, it looks like he is very valuable to prosecutors in Manhattan in deciphering these millions of pages of documents that they have that look at the former president's financial transactions over a period of many years.
Yeah, and one of the famed narratives around Donald Trump, politically and legally, is that, boy, does he get away with everything. And boy, does he find that loophole. And his supporters sometimes prize him on it. His detractors hit him for it. Let's just point out tonight, that entire narrative is not true when it comes to DA Cy Vance. They won the Supreme Court case. They beat Trump's effort to loophole out of the taxes. They have them. And so given that big initial victory, not prejudging what's in there, what do you think these prosecutors, including the mafioso busting team that I mentioned, are going to do with the taxes and all these documents?
So this is a complex financial crime investigation. That's what makes the addition of Mark Pomerantz to the team so valuable for the Manhattan DA's office. They're also using forensic analysts, something that as a prosecutor you come to appreciate when you don't have to be your own data analyst. It looks to me like Cy Vance is a general who has very carefully lined up his troops and is now starting to march. And I would never prejudge whether a prosecutor will indict or not, but he is giving every indication that there is a lot of there.
And what's the analysis or rebuttal to an argument from the Trump folks that, hey, New York prosecutors and others, they could have done this however long ago. They seem to have escalated it after Donald Trump went into politics, after he became president.
That's not much of a defense, Ari. I mean, that's the defense that we always hear from people in white-collar cases. They always put the prosecutors on trial, right? So no surprise that we hear questions about timing or allegations of witch hunt from Trump. The reality is, if people committed crimes, and if there is evidence that proves that they committed those crimes within the statute of limitations, which is the period of time that our legislatures, in this case the New York legislature, say are fair game for bringing a prosecution, then there's really nothing that a defendant can say about how long it took or why is it happening now.
Yeah. Joyce, we've all come to know you as very no nonsense, and this is no exception. I think you give a very clear perspective on what's important here and why some of those quote-unquote defenses may not wash. Former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance, always good to have you.
Thanks, Ari.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.